You're telling me you're okay with working 5 days out of the rest of your week for the rest of your life? The one life you do have. You're working for a company that doesn't recognize you, doesn't appreciate you. You're building that business up so they can be the ones driving around in a Maserati or Porsche. Why not you? Do you really think that when we were born, we were being stamped like, you're gonna be rich, you're gonna be poor, you're gonna be rich? No. Today, I'm gonna be sharing with you the reasons why I decided to quit my 9-to-5 job and work for myself. Growing up, I had this limiting belief that I had to go to school, get a degree, work for a company, and be set for the rest of my life. I never thought I would actually venture out into entrepreneurship or into starting my own business. I always thought to start a business, you had to have capital, you had to have a degree in business, you had to know someone, your parents had to already have a business. These were all limiting beliefs that were stopping me from actually showing my full potential. For me, the workplace environment made me feel comfortable while internally suffering. Society has made us believe that this is the norm. Did we really come into this world to build up someone else's dream and not ours? We may feel or think that our own dream is impossible, or that there is no real dream for us. Who are we to start a business? Who are we to do something more for ourselves? And I'm here to tell you that that is such bullshit. I would go to work and knew what my daily tasks were, my daily routines. Although I felt very comfortable at work because I knew what I had to do every day, I still felt so drained. When I would come home, all I wanted to do was just not even do anything, not even go out or do something for myself. Even if I had like a small hobby like painting or anything or whatever it was, I didn't even feel like doing it because I felt so drained. I didn't have that energy to even want to do something for my own self. I just wanted to sit on the sofa and watch Netflix till 9 or 10 and then go to sleep and continue that same routine. I felt completely unfulfilled. I felt lost, stuck. It was almost as if I was starting to become depressed because I felt so unsatisfied with myself. I didn't look forward to the next day if I was going to go to work. I would wake up every day dreading, kind of like, oh, fuck this, to get up and get ready to go to work the next morning. The thought came up finally where I asked myself, is this really it? Is this really what life is all about? Is this what life is supposed to be like? None of it made sense for me. I felt that there was so much more to myself, that there was so much more that I can do, that I was capable of achieving, but I felt that I couldn't leave my 9-to-5 job because I had my vacation time set. I had a paycheck every 2 weeks. I didn't have a degree. I wasn't qualified enough. I didn't feel I had the certifications to go look for a different job or the experience. I knew what I was doing now was not working for me. It wasn't getting me anywhere that I wanted to be. It was almost as if I was waiting for a miracle to happen, like for me to win the lottery or something that was irrational and completely insane. But I wasn't even buying lottery tickets, so how was I going to win the lottery if I wasn't even buying them? It made me realize that I wanted to change my life, but I wasn't doing anything to make it happen. I was just kind of going with the flow every day, complaining and not doing shit for myself. Clearly, in order for me to change my life, I had to change my habits. I had to change my mindset, my thoughts, in order to become that version of myself that I wanted to be. I realized I was very negative, even though I considered myself a positive person. And let me give you an example of that. I would be, let's say, driving, and the next to me, I would see someone pull up in like a Mercedes, a nice ass car, and I would just look at them and be like, oh, that's nice. That must be nice, but I can't have that. Why the fuck not? Like, That was so negative of me to say, and honestly, it was just because I would hear other people around me say that. These beliefs were passed down from my household. They were from my traditional household, from immigrant parents that just want the best for you. And that's not their fault, because at one point, that was all they knew. That was the only way they knew for anybody else to succeed. The point of all of this is to show you that there is so much more for what you may think you are capable of. And a lot of times you may not even know there are opportunities for you out there. But let me tell you, once you start searching these up, once you start looking, we have this great advantage, which is Google, the internet, YouTube, everything. There's so many resources now for you to be able to find something that interests you, or for you to be able to find someone that's already doing what you want to do. A lot of times our fears come out of the stigmas of society, that society says it's bad to quit. It shows that you're weak. It's unprofessional. The norm is to stick with a job even though you're dreadful, even though you hate it, no matter how bad things are, because to do anything else would be giving up. Sometimes quitting is the best thing you can do for yourself. Remember that resigning can be a new opportunity for yourself to start a journey that is meant for you. We all go through phases of lives where we are evolving. We are always evolving. And what worked for us, what we thought would interest us at one point, just doesn't necessarily interest us now. I initially thought finance was going to be my thing, and then I went into it and I realized that it's so much more draining than I thought it would be. Quitting your job is you willing to leave something behind that no longer serves you. If something doesn't feel right, if you're not enjoying the moments, why stick with it? So when it comes time to quit, don't feel bad about it. Embrace it. Your heart is telling you that there's something much more for you out there. Society needs to view quitting as just another acceptable career, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're weak. It takes so much courage to be able to walk away from something that you didn't know you would be doing. It takes a lot of courage to be able to walk away from a job that you have invested a part of your life from. It takes courage to be able to walk away from something that is no longer serving you or working for you. And it takes even much more courage to do something when others are telling you not to do it. Let your dreams be bigger than your excuse. Why am I going to spend 5 days of every week for the rest of my life doing something that doesn't interest me, that drains me, that isn't what I want to be doing, that puts a cap onto how much I can do in a certain day, how much money I can make, and what I can really be doing with my life? I want to spend my time doing something meaningful. This is the one chance that we get, that we know of doing something for ourselves, of experiencing life to its fullest. And we're really gonna just sit in an office or go to our regular day jobs or whatever jobs and just retire out? Your whole life you're being told what to do and you have no say to it. Companies will ask feedback, they'll do surveys, but essentially they don't really give you what you want. And if they do give you one thing, they most likely will take something else away from you. Take ownership and control of your life. It is your life, not anybody else's, not the company you work for. Stop worrying about what others are going to think. If you start a YouTube channel, if you start your own business, if you leave the corporate job, they're not going to be the ones living it. It's going to be you. If you have a vision, own your power and make it a reality. Your vision is never going to be the same as anybody else's. And that is what makes you authentic. Bring your vision to light. Make it meaningful. You have one life. I decided to quit my 9-to-5 job and work for myself, live life on my own terms, be able to wake up and enjoy what I do. I hope this was able to give you some clarity, and maybe this is exactly what you needed to hear in order to start a new career life, or in order to move on to a new journey, a new chapter of your life. And I don't necessarily encourage you to just put your 2-week notice in or text your boss and be like, hey, I quit. Bye. No, definitely look at what interests you, what skills you can gain, what skills you already have that you may not even know about. There are so many ways to be able to make money now from just the skill sets that you currently have. I encourage you to leave your job if you feel that it's draining you. You no longer want to be there, where it's actually affecting you mentally and maybe even your health. A lot of times we start getting depressed. We don't look forward to the next day. We start complaining. All we do now is complain. Is that really helping you or anybody around you? It's not. So do something to make a difference for yourself. Dream big. If you guys want me to do a video on how to start a print-on-demand business from scratch, please let me know, and I'll definitely be glad to do something and show you a new skill set. Thanks for watching, guys. Mwah.